Hello, it's Cardinality. I'm here doing a Dragon Warrior 4 tutorial for you guys. Somebody asked me today if I could do this, and I figured I would go through some of the fine points playing at speed. I have a Chapter 2 file here ready to go, so we're going to start up and see what happens. So as most of you already know, in order to leave the castle you have to talk to 3 people. One of them is Bray here. I only talk to Bray if he moves left. He moved up there, so I'm going to leave him alone for now. We're going to go talk to the left guard, who says, by the king's order, I can't let you pass. Then we're going to go to the right, and in this building is Christo standing in front of the shop. Well, not a shop, but in front of the desk. And then we're going to go back upstairs, and on our way to our exit, we're going to talk to Bray. So there's Bray. So now that we've talked to all 3, we can leave. This could be confusing because I think if you try to leave without talking to one of them, and you search, it'll just say there found nothing. Anyway, before you leave, you want to search the second drawer to get the feather hat. This sets us up for one of 2 strategies, and then this is where you search to leave. Now, I'm going to be talking about the safer strategy, which is to grind to level 4. People are talking about trying this at level 3. I would highly advise against that, but, you know, people are going to be looking at it over the next couple weeks, and we'll see what determinations people come to. So the first thing we're going to do is go into town here and sell the feather hat that we just searched for. Then we're going to buy a thorn whip for Alina and a copper sword for Christo, because offense will help us grind faster, which is important if we're going to grind to level 4. So we start off by selling Alina's feather hat. Now we have enough to buy both the thorn whip for Alina, so she can one-shot almost anything, and the copper sword for Christo. And before we leave town, we're going to equip both of them. Copper sword. And now I'm going to head straight north, and on the way we're going to be fighting everything. I'll talk about the individual battles that we see based on what we see. It's kind of hard to cover everything all at once, but here I'm just going to have Bray parry, because I think Alina and Christo can take him down together, and they can, even at level 1. Troglodytes have one of the higher max HP totals of Chapter 1, but because it was just one of them, that worked out. Now here, I doubt the Prank Gopher is going to go down in round 1, even with Bray's support. Christo's just not strong enough yet. Bray didn't even hit him. But I don't want to use an Ice Bolt yet, because we can really maximize what we do with the Ice Bolts going forward. But in general, if a battle is just 2 enemies, I'm probably not going to use an Ice Bolt in general, unless there's a Rabbit Hound. If there's a Rabbit Hound, I always use an Ice Bolt. Now here, there are 6 enemies, so again, we really want to defeat them fast. So I'll definitely be using Ice Bolts here. Christo has 2 heals at level 1, so we can heal twice before we go to the inn. As a general rule, it would be awesome if we could get level 3 before we go to the inn, because then everyone has maximized magic and HP for the final portion of the grind. But, actually, I'm going to parry and heal Alina here, because I'm just a little nervous. We want to make sure we don't lose anyone. It would be catastrophic if we did. Alina did get attacked there. I'm going to attack through here, and again, we might not beat this Prank Gopher here. Oh, we did, because Christo already hit it before. That's good. So Alina reaches level 2 already, and we might get all 3 reaching level 2 at the same time. Alina gets 4 HP, that's fantastic. I think 2 is average for her to get at level 2. So yeah, all 3 got a level, that's nice. We're just fighting everything. Wow, another one of these. So we're gonna Ice Bolt at least twice. Christo still has a heal, but Christo himself is low on HP already. I might just heal right now. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. heal Christo and Ice Bolt. It's really unfortunate if you happen to lose someone. Nice job, Alina. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, Bray is okay, and I'm just gonna parry with Bray. I don't want anything weird to happen here. We are out of heals, so because Bray is at single-digit HP and we're out of heals, I want to go pretty much straight to the inn and heal up for safety. We're obviously not going to get level 3 before then on this particular iteration. Now, we do have a spare Ice Bolt, which means it's actually kind of nice that we're seeing this battle. We can just use the Ice Bolt, and that's just really convenient and safe. A really nice free battle before we stay at the inn. But this is definitely the time to stay at the inn. In general, we're going to be using one inn trip no matter what happens. Ideally, we use it once we've already reached level 3, but that is not going to happen more than half the time. It's very standard to have a run where you have to stay at the inn at level 2. Case Coast Hoppers, one very interesting thing to know about these guys. They will pick one target and fight that one target for the entire battle. This time it's Christo. They're all attacking Christo, so you don't have to parry with Bray. Actually, I am going to parry with Bray here, just because I don't want to Ice Bolt. And his attack might be just a little bit slower than parrying. But you see, we were at level 2, we were going to one-shot both of the 2 remaining Case Coast Hoppers. These are all really small things. Don't worry about things like, oh, should I parry with Bray? For the sake of, you know, a tenth of a second, it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, so don't worry about that. Just focus on, you know, the more important things. Here we have 4 Gophers, so I will use an Ice Bolt. We've got plenty of magic right now. And I'm gonna try winning it here. Yeah, Christo went first, so he took down the one that he already damaged. That's really nice. Your characters in general are really good about attacking that way. Like, if Christo's already damaged one, he's gonna attack the same one. Because your character AI is really good that way. See there, Alina got her average gain of 2 HP. Christo also gets level 3. And we continue. I believe the hill tiles that I'm walking on are slightly higher enemy frequency than the forest tiles, which is why I'm walking on the hills right now. But when I go to my final battle of the chapter, I might move onto the forest tiles just so I'm closer to the town. After whatever the last battle is that we want to fight, we don't want to encounter another one. So proximity to the town is a good idea, is what I'm saying. Bray gets level 3 here. There's a chance we might need another inn trip, but we have 3 heals, so maybe not. We're just running low on Ice Bolts, that's all. I would like to use an Ice Bolt here. Well, maybe I shouldn't have, because we could still win it in 2 rounds. Alina's gonna one-shot everything we attack, and Bray would have 2-shot something, and they were all individual targets. So yeah, I could have saved the Ice Bolt and just had Alina target 2 individuals and Christo target the same one twice. So that's something to watch out for. This time, however, there are 4 enemies, so we are going to use at least 1 Ice Bolt. There's really no... It's very unlikely we would win in 2 rounds without an Ice Bolt, so... Might as well Ice Bolt. Hopefully Bray survives. He doesn't. So yeah, we'll just go in... Oops. They're individual. We can get Christo to target the weak one. That's really nice. So yeah, we'll just go in and get Bray healed immediately. One little tidbit here... Well, I guess it doesn't matter, because we're not doing the whole speedrun, but if you stay at the inn first, you only have to pay for 2 characters, and then when you revive Bray, he's going to be at full, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it doesn't matter here, because we're not doing the whole speedrun. Oops! That's right. Revive is at the top at this one. This is, you can tell this is the first time I've had to revive since this Big 20 started. So this doesn't happen too often. You could see the character in the back doesn't get targeted as much, but somehow Bray got targeted 3 times there and just got taken down. It was a little unlucky. But you can see, again, it's not the end of the world. You just go up, you revive, and you come back. You want all 3 characters alive for the grind, basically. I'm gonna Ice Bolt here, and it could do full damage, but if it doesn't, we can just have Bray attack that one, or Christo attack that one later. But it did do enough damage this time. We don't have to parry with Bray here because, well, he went first, but Alina was very, very likely to go first at level 3. We got a Medical Herb, which is a nice little piece of safety, potentially, for the Chameleon boss fight. But again, it might not come into play at all. Single Minin, we're just going to take it out in round 2 with Alina's attack. I can attack with Bray here, because... Oh, wow! Again he went first! Every time I attack with Bray, thinking, oh, Alina's of course going to go first, somehow Bray ends up stealing the show. Anyway, Alina reaches level 4, but we want one more battle. Oh, and I'm going to go up here for proximity to the town. So now... We're 1 square away from the town, so it's literally impossible to get an extra encounter on the way back, and that's just really nice. And we have essentially infinite MP, because we're going to be staying at the inn after this, so of course we can just Ice Bolt every time. That's another thing I forgot, because I'm not used to reviving Bray, but we could have used Ice Bolt every single time. We didn't have to spare it for any reason. The only thing is it's not very likely to hit a Minin, but it's possible. Anyway, Christo gets level 4 here. We might also... is Bray gonna get level 4? I'm not sure. But we get Christo to level 4, so he learns Upper, and there it is. So before the boss fight, we want to stay at the inn every time, and we also have to go talk to this guy to turn the House of Healing into a trigger for the battle. So we have to talk to this guy and say yes. And then we head up to the Shaman. What we're gonna do in the first round is Alina will attack the first Rabbit Hound, so just attack first enemy. Then Christo will cast Upper on Alina. Upper is Christo's first spell, and Alina is the first character, so you select spell and then you can just press AA. Don't ever litter the litter. And then Bray is going to Ice Bolt the Chameleon... Or, sorry, Sap the Chameleon Humanoid. You want to get that Sap in first round just in case something disastrous happens. And also, what this does is Alina does minimal damage to the Rabbit Hound, so you're almost guaranteed to take it out in round 2. Without the Chameleon healing him. So fight Upper Alina and Sap Chameleon. Sap is Bray's second spell, and the Chameleon is the second enemy. And now we want to respond to what happens. So Alina's taken a lot of damage, so Christo's going to heal Alina. And then Alina fights the first Rabbit Hound, and Bray Ice Bolts the first Rabbit Hound, and it's guaranteed to be defeated, basically. So you can see Christo heals there, and it's just really good. Nobody needs to heal here, so we're going to triple team the Rabbit Hound. And now, with only the Chameleon Humanoid left, I'm not worried about Bray at all. In fact, I think I'm just going to kill Bray off now. We don't want him to level himself, so I'm going to have him Ice Bolt himself. Chameleon Humanoid has 2 heals, and he'll always use them when he's low health. So we got him there both these times. So he's used both of his heals. You can see this is just a clean battle. Now he can't heal anymore, he's out of magic, and we just defeat him. So that's one run-through and one basic example of things that can happen. We got a boss battle that was so favorable that we could just comfortably kill off Bray. If you're not comfortable doing that, don't worry about it, just keep him alive. Ice Bolt the Rabbit Hounds as long as he is alive. He's a great tool for power that way. One other thing to note that you guys should all know, hang on, time stops here. One other thing that's worth mentioning, I used to try sapping the Chameleon Humanoid twice. It turns out the first sap will sap him entirely. The second sap does nothing. So that you just need one sap, and then you want to Ice Bolt the Rabbit Hounds every round with Bray. Christo, you want to focus on healing people who have been damaged. If no one's been damaged, you can cast Upper on Christo. It's just a great idea to keep your healer alive, especially if he gets put to sleep. The Chameleon has, I think, something like a 30% chance of putting one of your characters to sleep when he attacks you. And if Christo gets put to sleep, it would be great if he had Upper to survive. So those are a few of the fine points. Most of you already know this stuff. You know, it's been a few days, but of course there are people who haven't played Dragon Warrior 4 yet. So I hope this was helpful for some of you. Again, people are looking at trying to beat the Chameleon Humanoid at level 3. I've heard people say they're winning like 2/3 of the time. Personally, I think the odds are a little lower than that, and I feel like it's too large of a risk for the relatively small reward you would get, especially if you're keeping the Feather Hat for Alina. Then the grind is just going to be slower because you can't afford a Thorn Whip for Alina. So those are some things to think about. The 13:46 time that I got is very average. It's not the fastest that I've gotten this week. Nothing went wrong and nothing went, like, super right. We didn't see any red slimes, we didn't see any rabid hounds in the grind, so there were some scenarios that we didn't get to see. But yeah, Ice Bolt your rabid hounds every time pretty much in the grind, and red slimes can have 10 hit points. So if you have 4 of them, even though they're not worth much, you might want to Ice Bolt at least one with Bray, because Alina's the only one who's going to one-shot them. Alright, hopefully this was helpful to you, and feel free to ask me any questions, especially in the DW4 section of the Discord. Thanks for watching!